England leading by 20 points to 8 after that first half. As Italy return to the field, and Tom May, former England, Northampton Saints and Toulon centre, it's about managing their strengths for Italy, isn't it? Perhaps a couple of times there they went away from what was working well for them in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, 42% possession in that first 40 minutes. They would have hoped for a bit more than just the 8 points that they've got showing on the scoreboard, given the impression they make when they get a driving maul going, and also the ascendancy that they've got at scrum time. Really are strong in those areas, and they just need to make that count in this second 40. You can't really afford to let England get away any further than they are right now.
From an England perspective, well, an awful lot of it's been going through this man. 90 metres made in that first half, a fair way ahead of the pack. It's been decent, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty much got the whole package, isn't he? Strength, pace, an ability to see where space is appearing, and then also put the ball into that space and bring those players in around him. It's not an easy position to play in, that 13 channel, and he's doing exceptionally well tonight.
Okay. Time on.
Giovanni Sante gets the second half underway. Marcy White's first job. Sets up England. Bracken will look for Fisilau, leading the tackle count at half-time, as he led the tackle count at the end of the match last week as part of that Player of the Match nomination. Bracken. Straight down for Bruniera. Into Cunningham South.
Advantage off feet.
Theobald Thomas has gone off his feet to try and compete. It's out the back from Odiase. Italy with the penalty advantage. A little hot shoe shuffle from Dari Passarella.
No advantage.
But not an awful lot coming from it.
It's just a daft penalty from Theobald Thomas. He didn't do anything. If you're going to go into the breakdown, you've got to actually make an impact, a positive impact. Don't just flop off your feet and have a rest on the floor. Choose those opportunities when you can go in and make a positive difference for your team.
Take the end of the line, lads.
Thank you. He almost just dropped to his left knee straight away. He was never going to be able to stay on his feet. Disappointing penalty to give away.
Italy have got Simone Brizighella warming up down below us, looking to make his under-20s debut, but in the meantime it's Mattioli who wins it off the top, and now they're going to switch direction. Carlo May sending it back towards Matthias Douglas, who slips the first tackle. Oh, perhaps needed to look on the outside for Barlesi, but it's Italy into England's 22 early in the second half. Cotrini, the skipper, with the carry. Then it's there for Odiase. Sufficiently well nailed by Fisilau. Atara just couldn't find a way through. You have to try and be disciplined in this area. It's not a word you would have used for how well they coped under Italian pressure for periods of that first 40, particularly around set piece and scrum, but still with the blue shirts. Sante certainly had the run of Bruniera, looking like the deeper option, but they carry into England defences and England turn them over.
Well, good patience from the Italians. I think they just went and shifted the ball to the right and threw Giovanni Sante just a bit too early. Need to try to regenerate themselves, maybe go one more pick and go, just get more players on their feet and round the corner. They ran out of numbers, which meant they got isolated.
It is going to be Italy's debutant, the Rugby Viadana 18-year-old Simone Brizighella. Comes onto the field, he's going to replace Giovanni Sante.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we come England.
Not entirely sure Sante was having his best game in the 10 shirt.
Quite understand the extra 3 minutes he got after half-time.
straight from Theobald Thomas. Mentioned in the first half, one of those who's come from Worcester, nor of course players like Archie MacArthur, Greg Fisselau, Keith Marcy-White, who
Okay then, lads, let's go.
all came from Wasps. Alan Dickens has talked about the fact that the under-20s experience since the unfortunate demise of those clubs in the last quarter of the year last year has actually brought these players together back in a team for the first time, having been teammates through academy.
An aggressive flat defensive line from the English. They got 4 ups in that front defensive line. Sam Harris at the back.
Batara, Brisighella looking to get his first touch on the ball.
Advantage.
Tani has made the run down the left, but it is Brisighella. He's not managed to put it on a plate for Passarella and Archie MacArthur. Well, he didn't have a whole lot of fun at scrum time in the first half, and he's unfortunately going to be seeing yellow now. Italy down to 14. Sorry, England down to 14.
Well, they need to make this count, the Italians. It's a great kick into the corner. Gives them a real opportunity. They're driving more.
Okay, England on the line.
Look at this from that Italian pack. Greg Fisselau just sliding on the turf. Unfortunately for him, in the wrong direction.
Might not have been the greatest ball from Brisighella, but his left peg has just put Italy in this position. Oh, they've just got a little high over the top, and Cunningham South will be the man to profit. Just pushed by Quattrini. Plenty of moving parts in the line out, as I'm sure the forwards brigade would tell me. But it's Bracken with the left boot. That's a very good clearance.
And so much kicking goes through Charlie Bracken. You compare the distances last week. Monty Bradbury just getting over about 100 metres, I think, but Charlie Bracken way up past 200 metres in terms of kicking distance made.
Had the chance to catch up with Bracken. Not only has he been playing in the Bucks League, he's also played for the Loughborough side in National 2. I said, is that like getting used to playing gnarly old men? He just nodded sagely and uncomfortably.
Imagine some of the faces when he turns up, fresh-faced.
Just floated over the top. Oh, that is going to be a dangerous one from Josh Hathaway. The referee had an initial look at it, and Hathaway...
He's in trouble here.
6 off back. I've got a lift and tackle on field staff. I think we just need to check the point of contact at landing. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay, Sean, this is coming to you, please.
Okay, go ahead, mate.
I've got a lift and tackle on field. We just need to check the point of contact and the level of danger, please.
So there we
Okay,
go.
stand by, mate.
Just to hear the referee's conversation, but Hathaway's certainly gone low. No problem in terms of tackle height, but then lifting him above the horizontal.
He's lucky. He's ended up landing on his upper arm. But there's just no point. He could have twisted and driven him right round and made a really good impact on him.
I don't think we'll get better angles than that, Ben. Those are all the angles, Ben.
Okay, let me just tell you what I'm seeing here then.
Right, let's listen in.
I've got a left and tackle by 11 White. He's actually driven him into the ground. We've got a point of contact at the top of the shoulder, but I'm seeing this as a high level of danger. Does anyone disagree with this?
This sounds pretty ominous.
Luke?
Yeah.
What's the level of danger we're seeing in this now? So at the moment I've got a lift and tackle on field, landing top and back, and I've got a high degree of danger. Do you have any other facts to add to that?
Well, it sounds like the referee is edging towards a red card from the sort of language we're hearing, saying high degree of danger, driven into the ground. Obviously, if there was point of contact on the head or neck, it would be a cast iron red.
There is no way he should have made the tackle like that. I disagree that he's driven him into the ground, though. I think he let go of him pretty close to the floor.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm not yellow card, does anyone disagree?
I wonder whether the assistant has just perhaps talked him down a little. Either way, it will be a yellow. I may have interpreted it wrong, but it'll be a yellow and no more. But from hat-trick hero last week to in the sin bin this week.
Lift and tackle. Yeah.
England go down to 13.
And now they've got some really interesting
End of the line, lads,
space
please.
to try and expose to the Italians.
line, lads.
One up front, one out wide on the wing. Holes will be found.
Time off. Gents, set to the end of the line, please. End of the line. You need to come on centre, and Italy close the gap. Thank you.
However,
Time back on.
given the strength of them all, get this driving line out moving.
England are actually going to play it, and they're going to play it away to Passarella, who's absolutely destroyed Bradbury through the middle. And looking for the flat ball, looking to send May through. Italy go close again. Had a little look at trying to move it onto the line, but then brought it back. That looks over. That's as close as Italy are going to get. The try will be scored. England down to 13. Italy over the line.
Take it on, players. Take it on, players.
It's another one for the front row brigade. This time it's the other side. Marcos Gallerini just sneaking underneath that English defence. It was a point of contact change, wasn't it? Looked set to drive the line out, and then that fast ball over the top, flat ball into the midfield with Passarella. And then again, how close does Ruben Arto come? It's the second time he's had a little dabble himself. He managed to get away with that one. And there was no chance that that wasn't going to be given. England, I wouldn't necessarily say they're on the ropes at the moment, but they've certainly had a shot across their bows.
Conversion is good as well. England 20, Italy 15. Still another 5-6 minutes with England down to 13.
Imagine being in an England head now. How do we manage this situation?
Let's go, please.
Well, they've managed this situation quite well because they've just literally walked up to the 50-metre line. The Italians have been ready for a good 20-25 seconds.
From Bradbury. Oh, and it's been missed. It could be a chance for England to score straight away through Carnduff, but the Italian defence will use the whitewash. Just not good enough from Mattioli in the air to bring it down, and it's a bit of a theme between the senior side and the under-20s in just not dealing with restarts.
Sometimes I think when you set up in these pods, there's a desperation to try and lift the catcher when actually you can stand on the floor, catch it, and manage your own body weight.
This time it will come straight off the top, and it's really slick to find Odiaze.
One side. Stop.
May.
Stop.
Oh, that's well off the outside of the boot. No complaints from England. Another chance to build in the Italian 22.
Well,
Lads.
Francois Carlo May, he's having a tough night in terms of clearances. They have to work that situation out. Why they can't box kick out of there and just spare him the pressure, I don't know. Cheeky.
Sicilao in there, but the ball lost. Unable to make ground.
Okay, time off. We need a loose head here, lads.
It's the nature of the connectivity from the senior international sides in the Six Nations through to the age grade representation. We saw in Rome last week how the Italy senior side
Number 8 for the change, number 8.
were full of belief and confidence and able to go the distance against France, and there was something about that try that Italy just scored that was more than passion and having a lash. It was
And Italy number 8 goes
real belief. Every right to be competing. We saw it in that exceptional interview clip from David Odiaze last week. We want Six Nations in the Six Nations, and well, we're certainly getting it.
Was that just a drop more? Yeah.
Also, over the past couple of seasons, we've seen reflected in the senior team. You can see young fellas coming through the pathways in Italy. They've been developed over time. It was always going to happen, but it was just going to take a long time. Italian rugby starting to see the fruits of all that hard work.
Open out, lads.
Oh, look at this. How much space is in the front line here for the Italians to look at.
Bind!
Charlie Bracken's got to look after this whole near side himself. Just 3 backs on the open side with Sam Harris way back in field.
We've got another penalty coming at scrum time. Brisi Geller will play it across for May. Looking to get on the outside shoulder, and then we'll fire it out to the right side for Tani. Fortunately for Emanuele Tani, he has booted it out on the full.
New ball.
Referee happy that enough of an advantage was played.
I call advantage over.
And just as he called that, Tani pulled the trigger.
Lads,
I'm a fan of that. They had a good crack.
Well, it's understanding where the space is, isn't it? And believing in your skills to get the ball into that space.
Italy closing the gap. Closing the gap.
Here the referee say Italy closing the gap at the line out.
Closing
Technical free kick to give away. As Massimo Brunello watches on. Changes have started to be made for both sides. Asher Opoku, Sale Shots and former Wasps Academy man, is onto the field. And we're going to see an old-fashioned tap and go here. Thistle out from Theobald Thomas. England go short side. Bradbury, little tip over the top. Oh, Bruniera was met in no uncertain terms. Gallerini, pick and go. Clearing of the lines has not been too solid from the Italians. And it's touched by England that time. But the slight relief for the Italians is that they should have the line out.
Charlie Bracken doing a huge amount of work in that defensive line. He's sitting in behind. He's getting up inside Monty Bradbury to try and help him out. Another pair of hands on the job.
Take a step back, please.
Into Berlesi.
Don't change.
Not getting as much go forward this time, Italy. Not initially, anyway. Interesting to see once Italy start to make more changes in the front row, because similar story last week, plenty of power and winning penalties against France. Then the replacements were much more of a mobile outfit.
He's bound to the more
Sebastiano Battara is not happy at all, running into the player, creating the knock-on.
Okay, let's go, lads. Yo, Luce needs to get his elbow up.
1 minute left on the first yellow card for MacArthur. England having conceded 7, while down to 13.
Yeah, open out, lads. Out. Crouch!
Just the forward attack for England. 6
set
backs defending for the Italians. This has got Maasi White going straight down the middle, written all over it.
It was just a little bit of a standing start. Bracken quickly gets it away. Bradbury, Harris, nothing on. The probe into the corner. It's sensible from Sam Harris.
Bit of a better kick. Talked in that first half about him just putting too much pace on the ball. Took a bit off there. Just means that the ball sat up nicely. Okay, the Italians didn't have to play it, but you can see what he was trying to do.
So we have switch of the yellow cards. Well, the first yellow card, I should say, which is allowing Nico Pasapon onto the field. MacArthur's night will be up. Cunningham South also able to rejoin the action. And there's also been a change with Callum Scott coming on for Finn Theobald-Thomas. So we have a new English front row. Back for Brisighella. Seemed a bit startled by it, curiously. As if he forgot he was in an under-20s international for just about 4 seconds there.
It's a new ball.
He's probably trying to understand what the fellas behind him were shouting at him.
It's a new ball, so he couldn't go quick. Good.
He's had a tough start, hasn't he?
Okay, England, if you can, please. Lads, off the line.
The 18-year-old.
He was almost stood with his hands in his pocket before the ball came back to him.
I'm really confused by this tactic that the Italians are continuing to pursue with about going back to the 10 to clear their lines. It's not working. You have to be able to adapt on the field.
Really good shove from England from the line out. This looks like it's only going to have one result. It goes down. Feet to the left for Monty Bradbury to get through. Oh, and he's sent back from whence he came. Cunningham South goes close. They're claiming he's reached out and got it. England looking confident. Is this the fourth try and the bonus point?
You've got the ball on the line, you've got a ground in.
Definitely try for me.
Check how he gets it.
If you ever want to give it to one bloke that's going to make a couple of yards and has got enormously long arms to try and reach forward.
On-field decision, try again, checking how he gets it.
It's Chandler, Cunningham South.
Yes.
Sean Brickell will be employed once more.
Right decision. Turns his body. Good finish.
All good for me, Ben.
Worked out where he was, and just you're allowed to move your arm, you just can't shift your body.
Super try from Chandler Cunningham South, and well, he may well be being watched in New Zealand because, well, Mum Caroline is there, his father and his sister as well. He was born in the UK, moved to New Zealand aged 4, came back last year, signed with London Irish in the February. It's a former Westlake Boys pupil, the likes of Nick Evans, Wayne Pivac, also alumni, but he was very proudly sat up as his mum Caroline qualified as a nurse, and Chandler was watching on at 4 in the morning, inspired by his mum chasing a desire to become a nurse, having raised the family. And well, no doubt mum Caroline is watching on as he is scoring the bonus point try for England. So we say hello to the Cunningham Souths. England up to 25.
We talk about players that getting opportunity at the top level. Cunningham South, he's been involved a huge amount with London Irish, and the way they play the game, he's developed incredibly well over the past season. He's dotting the ball down for club and country.
That'll do. 27-15. England re-established the 12-point lead that they ran out to at the start of the match. Josh Hathaway returns following the yellow card for the dangerous tackle. Looked like a seatbelt tackle there from Gallerini, and it will be a penalty advantage. Bradbury sends it downfield, but
High tackle.
they're going to come back.
Well, of the penalties that the Italians are giving away in open field, the majority of them are really unnecessary. So easy for, well, I say that from up here, Gallerini to just go a foot lower.
All let his outside man absorb the hit.
Absorb the hit, get in on the ball.
Oh, what a lovely bit of control from Francisco Carlo May. as England missed the chance to kick the penalty into touch. Cotrini, accompanied in the drive by Aminu.
Always backwards.
Scrum half has picked the ball, and Danny Ait showing the awareness to play the man, but then England give away the penalty on the floor.
Francisco Carlo May just struggling a bit with cramp in his calves. Got a fair amount of work this evening. This is centre. He's only made 20 metres, but he's carried. He's had to make some tackles. He's certainly been involved with the kicking game that the Italians have got.
So Italy want to freshen things up at half-back. So you see Filippo Bozzoni, Calvisano scrum half, onto the field for Batara. He also brought on Jacopo Botturi as well. It's another one that goes loose over the top, but it might be something that Brisichella can make something of. Gets it away for Passarella in the shadow of the England posts. And continuing to go forwards as Gallerini drives them forwards. Have they managed to get the ball down? Oh, it's held up. And that's one of those positions where perhaps if Italy could have got the ball to ground first with the chance to reload, it would have been more sensible than giving away the goal line dropout.
Look at this ball. He's in mid-air when he makes that pass.
Okay, tempo then, gents.
Brisichella. And then Gallerini, well, he's had a chance of one. He's had a sniff of a second.
Odiase with room to move. Really well met by Danny Ait.
He's been marked out of the game this evening, hasn't he? In comparison to last week, England very aware of what he's capable of.
Passarella. Oh, that may have drifted a little too far forwards out of the left hand. Could see what he was wanting to do, the Benetton Treviso centre. Born and bred in the region. He's had a couple of URC starts actually with Treviso, but that one just drifted one little bit too far.
He just got caught in two minds. It looked like he was going to try and drill the ball into that right-hand corner. Looked up with his winger in space, and no doubt calling for it. Decided to throw 20-metre left-hand pass under pressure. Didn't quite work out. Even still, the Italians have got a scrum. They'll be licking their lips.
Well, the next try has real potential to affect the last quarter of the match. If it goes the way of England, they will feel that they're getting ever closer to job done. But another one from Italy there, right back in this. Woodward trying to give the eyes, but Marcy White was well lined up. Italy go over with Gallerini to win the ball. It's exceptional. But he may have got cramp in the process.
He's been really busy, isn't he? He's getting incredibly well stuck in for a big man. He's made 20 metres himself. He's been tackling, carrying, scoring tries, nearly scoring others.
Francisco Carlo May has sent that ball over the shed to give Italy the line out from the penalty that was well won.
Yeah, in that body position, with his physicality, you're going to find it really difficult to move him off the ball.
Down from Mattioli. Midfield with Passarella.
It's a big collision that, because that was Connie himself that he just shrugged off.
Show man's foot.
Bozzoni. Odiase. A little too stationary to try and get the go forward. And they have still managed to get the penalty.
That's the decision here. No T, as yet, has been run on the field.
Looks like Bruniera will pick up the ball, but it's not to look at the posts, it's to try and drill Italy into the corner. And he's done a good job of that too. England look to be lining up Robert Carmichael.
Well, this is a massive throw for Giovanni Quattrini, the captain, and his forward pack. Get your drills right. Spend so much time in the week prepping for these moments. Does it count?
It's going to be Berlesi. They keep it simple with the option in the middle, and then Aminu coming flying forwards and getting the try for Italy. Textbook from the Italian forwards, and no less than they deserve.
Well, I talked about those moments. They work so hard during the week to make sure they're on point at the weekend, which is 100 times harder than at training, but they made that look really easy. Destiny Aminu. Everyone's expecting the drive, and then when Aminu's in that space, Cunningham South does a great job to try and get back to him, but the prop's eyes would have lit up when he saw poor old Monty Bradbury right in front of him. He steamrolled at him. Good finish by the prop.
Second try for Aminu for Italy this evening. Andrea Bruniera to add the extras. Awful lot of pressure on the conversion. Managed to get it away, but it hits the left-hand upright. Bruniera looks to the skies. It will stay. 7-point converted try difference. England 27, Italy 20. 14 minutes remaining in the match. We are loving the under-26 nations this year. Thrillers at every turn.
I tell you what, some people wonder why you see those players rush out. Well, tonight's been exactly the reason why. We've seen one charge down, which probably shouldn't have been, but that was incredible pressure from Josh Hathaway, and may well make the difference in the 80th minute. Who knows?
Nye Thomas is on for Charlie Bracken, and Nicola Bozzo is coming on for Dowie Passarella, who was trying to bowl Charlie Cunningham South up the way a few moments ago, but
it's touched into a blue plate in the ace, it's a knock-on.
Italy will have the scrum.
Now Italy need to play this ball in the right areas of the field. Don't get carried away. The temptation will be to try and shift this, no doubt. It's the way they want to play. The question is, where do they need to play?
Callum Scott, Asher Opoku, Afolabi Fasabon,
Crow,
London Irish,
bind,
Crookett,
set,
Shell Sharks and London Irish props. Props have gone down on the near side, and it's going to be penalty to England this time.
number 1, Hinton.
Aminu coming down.
Number 1, Hinton.
And all the congratulations going to Afolabi Fasabon, 132 kgs, and Aminu couldn't cope with it.
Well, Asher Opoku and Afolabi Fasabon, incredibly well done. They've been in pressure, under pressure, sorry, all night. That's how you make a contribution.
Haven't seen too many England forwards punch in the air this evening, have we? But Finn Carnduff delighted with it, and a chance for Sam Harris to just push England a little further out of reach.
It was the right decision. Look at that, 7 penalties conceded by the English at scrum time. Really important one for them on the board now. And a massive, massive kick for Sam Harris.
going to sail past the far upright.
22.
Don't see too many 22 dropouts in the game these days, but this will be one.
I've not been blessed with a fantastic kicking display at goal this evening, but it certainly adds to the tension, doesn't it?
It's back with Harris to show what he can do. Ball in hand, kicking from hand. It's come down. Does that offer blue hand? Referee's happy enough that it was back off white. And Italy could have a bit of an overlap on the outside, although it's not going to be too bad if you can ask Nicola Bozzo to make those sorts of carries.
Tackle!
It was Buturi, I should say. Bozzo's just working out to the left side as Aminu gives a bit more protection for the replacement scrum half, who is not going to get much more change out of the England pack than Batara, the former man, did. Penalty, Italy though. They get in and get the ball. May getting hold of it. Karndorf not giving it up.
You have the penalty, don't give myself a reason to reverse it. Hold it on.
A moment ago, England were looking to try and extend themselves to a 10-point lead, but
You're going to play.
missed penalty. Bruniera eyeing up, giving his forwards another chance in England's 22.
Oh, it's a massive error.
He's not caught that one at all, has he?
Stop in front!
Sam Harris may well have let that go out so that they had 22, but
It's a brilliant turnover.
a super work from Greg Fisselau. Absolutely exceptional. On his 6th under-20s cap and showing all that experience, the Exeter chief. He's been playing at number 8 down there in Devon. And look at that.
Sam Harris did a brilliant job of making sure the player went to ground. And then Greg Fisselau, just pick your moments, as I said a moment before. He knew as soon as he was over that ball, he was in with a chance of turning it over. And now England, 7 metres out from the Italian try line. What have they got up their sleeve?
Chandler Cunningham South has made way. Josh Manns is onto the field. Just as the ball went into the corner, Monty Bradbury was just turning to the team and trying to urge for calm, trying to get them to just take a breath.
Okay, let's go then. Time is back on. Time on.
Looking to show a bit of calm at a key moment. Chesham.
More. And the 5 over. Same more.
Italy did quite a good job to splinter that, but now England have regrouped.
Claps.
Goes to ground. Illegally collapsed.
Onside.
Thomas. Oh, it's been dropped. Bradbury will go to ground. They're still under that penalty advantage.
Step back.
Comes back to carry from a Poku. Made his under-20s debut last week, a Poku. And away from Thomas into midfield. Bradbury, crossfield kick into the corner. He's not going to get much time. Ball was always spinning on its axis to bounce straight out. But under the penalty advantage, England will have another go.
I tried it last week and it worked, an absolute treat, so why not go again? I don't think it was the first choice, but it was always heading that way, wasn't it? Just a bit flatter. Hathaway might have had a chance of getting hold of that, but as is, England find themselves bang on the 5 metre line with another opportunity to get that driving
Lads,
line out into
early,
play.
okay? Don't peel early.
He emulates George Ford, does Monty Bradbury. Likes the sound of needing an all-court game. He's learning from Paddy Jackson at London Irish. He's put England into the corner once more to allow the forwards to do the job. Callum Scott.
Advantage, side empty.
All under his arm, and England will pick and go as Italy shut the
Onside,
gate,
step back.
knowing they're defending with England under penalty advantage. Karndorf. Well held by Bozzo.
16.
Well, they're coming back again. Yellow card. Nicola Gasparini. persistent infringing in this area and denying England's maul the opportunity to keep going forwards. And Italy will see out the match with 14. He had just entered the field.
Well, with one down up front, guess what England are going to do? They've been close.
Number 3, sub.
So they're now going to make the change. Gallerini, having given absolutely everything for Italy, will be replaced by Alex Valentino Artuso.
Okay, England!
Part of the Benetton development pathway since he was young. But Gallerini, he's a bright talent.
They need as much energy on their feet as they can, the Italians here.
Chesson calls it to himself.
Going sideways once!
More sideways than forwards.
England to ground!
He says England have taken it to ground. They haven't yet. They tried to take it to ground over the try line.
Held up. Held up. Go and drop them.
Did well, the Italians there, to hold it up, but who was that? I think it might have been Josh Manns, was it? I think it was Lewis Chesson. Just got rolled onto his back. Really difficult to get the ball down from that position.
He's living the dream, is Lewis Chesson. The dream otherwise would have been taking a place in a family business. Would have been a welder. So I think he's preferring life in the second row at Leicester Tigers and with the England under-20s. Oh, that is loose from Rakis Marcy-White. $5,718 they have packed into Kingsholm. Decent crowd for a Friday night. Great to see people out enjoying their rugby.
14.
So at scrum time, Italy need the requisite numbers in the front row, so skipper Quattrini is going to have to come on with the replacement Gasparini off, and in having to lose a player, Italy will remove Emanuele Tani, their right winger. England have brought Louis Johnson on to replace Joe Woodward. Big shot from the England pack, doing to Italy what they did to England in the first half. Miraculously, Italy has maintained possession, but they're encouraged to use it. Oh, penalty England. They have done enough, but it's going to be the quick tap and go. Oh, look at this! Steam train time from Afolabi Fatabon.
That is absolutely brilliant from Afolabi Fatabon. We're talking about how big he was, how much weight he's carrying. That's gone out the window, I don't believe it. He's tapped, he's gone, and he's sprinted 22 metres, dotted it down in the corner. Look, just awareness. Awareness of what's in front of you. Back yourself. He's always going to drag one or two with him. He looked slightly uncomfortable tapping it, but who cares? Brilliant from the prop.
You know those tries prop scored that are 2 metres and they say they were 22? This one was 22.
Imagine trying to stop him at full tilt. No thanks.
Super score, yeah. London Irish man. He's a former shot put and hammer thrower with Shaftesbury Barnet Athletics. He's the youngest in the squad. And it's a key score for England at a time that really puts it away as far as Italy's resurgence is concerned. Oh, ever so close. One of the Italian players is just getting some attention as Benjamin Waghorn has come onto the field for England. Also seeing Enrico Pontarini coming on.
And final replacement for England, number 23, Benjamin Michael, replacing number 15, Sam Harris.
Fischer as England reassert that 12-point lead at
Okay, let him go.
crucial point with just 3 minutes left on the clock.
Use it!
Thomas is
You're
right
front
up
of
in the
ball,
air,
you've moved
but
it offside.
well,
17,
England have gone in front of that kick, handing Italy a penalty. It's not over yet. Well, as Italy come in to try and turn the screw, Tom, your thoughts for player of the match?
Yeah, I think there's been some brilliant individual performances, but that man there, Rakis Mahasi-White, been an outstanding player this evening. He gets my player of the match. He's carried well, he's run over 100 metres, he must be absolutely knackered. He runs intelligent lines, he's physical threat, but he brings players in around him, which more importantly for me stands out, especially in that outside centre channel. Well played, Rakis Mahasi-White.
Italy drive it forwards. They got themselves 2 points on the board last week against France.
Tackle England!
If they can get themselves over with a conversion here, they'll be doing exactly the same at Kingsholm. Looks like that might be held up though, and it is. Back they come with the penalty. What's going to be the option here? They'll be well aware that the last scrum, England had plenty of go forward. It looks like it's going to be a tap and go. Samuele Tade. Oh, it was a little loose, but Odiase got his hands on it.
Onside, let's step back, onside.
Final half minute beckons. Can Italy come away from Kingsholm with some points in the Six Nations under-20s table? They drive around the corner once more. Just looking to go once more. Oh, and they are going to go round. It's that close. It's going to be the score for Bozzoni. Super sniping run from the scrum half. And the Calvisano man has got Italy their fourth try. Two bonus points on the board with that score. That's what you're getting from Italy.
No, we're not going to restart. Time is dead.
Victors against England last year. Alan Dickinside will be delighted to get that monkey off the back, but good intent from Italy, and they get the reward. Bruniera will not add the extra two, but it won't matter too much in the grand scheme of things. England victorious at Kingsholm by 32 points to 25, and crucially for their championship hopes, it's 10 points from an available 10 in the under-20 Six Nations Championship. 5 tries in the process. Italy managing to get 4 on the board. It was another brilliant performance from that man, Greg Fischer. It finishes at Kingsholm, England 32, Italy 25. Well, Chandler Cunningham South would be delighted to have got that fourth try and bonus point score on the board. How about the finish as well from Afolabi Fazabon? Nye Thomas, the little fist bump. Continuing exactly as they would wish to in terms of points on the board, and there is nothing simple about beating this Italy team. You can ask France about that from last week. Their Six Nations Under-20s Championship is still proving to be very fascinating, with plenty of more rugby to be played, and that's the frustration on the faces. We saw it from the senior team last week. These wins are in touching distance, but the bragging rights will be England's. Having lost out to Italy last year, can only be pretty pleased that we had a hatload more tries this year. 6-0 it was to Italy last year, if you weren't aware, so I think we're pretty pleased to have had 9 tries to enjoy at Kingsholm this evening. And well, look at the smiles. Absolutely super. Alan Dickens. Well, it was serious fun, wasn't it? That's what he wants to see from the side. When it's under 18s level, he tells us it's more about exploring the boundaries of your game, but at under 20s it's more about tactically adapting to win. Dickens just has a word with David Odiase there, who, well, I think it's fair to say we're going to see plenty more of on the international scene. Plays his rugby at Oyonnax, as do a few Italians playing their rugby in France. But great scenes, especially for those England players who call Kingsholm their home. Lewis Chesham, a 9th under-20 cap. Absolutely thrilled with the result, leading the side to another victory. The campaign will continue. An excellent display though from England and their number 13, Rakis Maasi-White, and we can catch up with him now. He's speaking to Tom May.
Rakis Maasi-White, player of the match this evening. Another brilliant performance from yourself. How happy are you with your individual game?
Nah, fuck it. Oh, sorry. I'm really pleased, obviously, but I couldn't do without the boys. I think forwards kind of helped my performance, but yeah, I think nothing individual for me. I think it's a team game. You can't win the game all by yourself, so I'm buzzed up.
Your individual game is clearly very strong. You run intelligence lines, you're clearly physical and quick. What areas are you looking on or at individually to try and take your game to the next level?
I think with my lines especially, I love running lines. I think I suck up a lot of defenders, so probably my variation of lines, just bouncing out, bouncing in. Yeah, I think a strong point of my game is my lines, and use my footwork as well. I think if I use my footwork more, I'll probably be a more dangerous player. Yeah.
And how good is it knowing you've got 2 fellas on the wing as quick as they are?
Mate, especially for me, because I'm not as fast as them. I think it's class having wings beside you, because you know they can beat defenders. But luckily I got meat pie today. I'm just happy to have really good wings on my side.
Top man, congratulations, well done. Lewis Chesham, last week against Scotland, you lost a bit of momentum in the middle of that game. Did you put those wrongs right tonight?
Yeah, I think so. We said at half time we come in a bit hurt, but we didn't want to go missing. That was something that happened last week against Scotland. We dropped off, we went missing, but tonight, credit to our boys. They stuck at it. We were relentless for the full 80, but
And you needed to be relentless, didn't you? Because they were really physical, the Italians, tonight, and they never really gave up.
Yeah, those boys know how to fight. Yeah, they really brought it to us in that second half. It was tough going down to 30 men, but as again, we played in the right areas, tried to keep them on the back foot. And yeah, again, I can't give enough credit to our boys. We stuck at it, saw it out.
And Alan Dickens has talked about you guys creating your own team and creating a brilliant environment. How much do you feel that? How much of that is down to you to lead that as a captain?
It's not just me. These boys are so close on and off the field. We spend a lot of time in camp together. Most boys room with each other, different boys every week. So we're less of a team and more of a brotherhood now. It's a big group of mates, really, and you can see that on the pitch with how we're playing at the moment. So,
well, rest up well. Congratulations this evening.
Thank you very much. All the best, mate. Cheers.
Giovanni, so close again. What areas really let you down this evening as a team?
I mean, we fight, for sure we all fight. We all put our hearts in what we've done this evening. We made so many errors, silly errors. We had just put focus and put our mind in what we're doing. Done very stupid things in the rack, in the breakdown, in even some errors. Just simply not looking at the ball. Just going with our backs around, not looking at what the opposition is doing. So that's it. Without results, big words and big performance as nothing. So
results are one thing, but there are elements of that performance that are really positive. You must be pleased with some areas of your game.
Yeah, we've done pretty good stuff, but as I said, we have to keep this good stuff that we have done, bring it with us, keep working on this, and make the ones that we haven't done so good, we've done so at the best this evening, and make them better for next time.
And how happy are you that you've got a week off now to prepare for the next game? What areas will you specifically look at?
For me personally.
You personally, but collectively, the team as well.
I mean, for me personally, I think the lineouts, collectively, I think we're going to work on our collective understanding of the situation, of defense, of the replacement, and just be prepared for and concentrated in every minute of the match. Don't be surprised by what our opponent is going to do.
Unlucky this evening, best of luck for the rest of the tournament.